Hey everybody, welcome to today's video. Oops, let's try that again. Alright, so welcome to today's video, guys. We're going to be making meatloaf, smoked meatloaf. Yes, you heard me right. We're going to be making two types of meatloaf. We're going to be making a traditional meatloaf with the ketchup on top, because that's the way I grew up eating it. The other way is we're going to make a Mexican loaf, more of a fajita taco style, if you will. I'm going to be smoking with a little bit of cherry wood today. I picked this up to cook a few weeks ago, but with all the snow and the rain and the crazy cold weather we've hadn't really had a chance to use it. So I'm going to pull it out today, and I'll be cooking with a mixture of charcoal, this cherry wood, and a little bit of pecan, extra pecan that I found while cleaning up around here. Of course, I've only got one fire starter left. All right, guys, let's get this fire started. Alright, while we got this heating up, we're going to get inside to start cutting our veggies, doing our prep. So we're going to put our meatloaves together, and we're going to get out here and get smoking. Does anyone else love the smell of fresh cut bell pepper? I'm going to fool around here with a little movie magic. Learned a few new tricks. Forgive me. I had to give it a try. I didn't say I was very good at it. Anyway, let's continue. So I mixed together my bell pepper and onion. I'm going to put a little olive oil on here, and we'll mix it again because I'm going to add our taco seasoning, our smoked chipotle taco from Chula. It's a seasoning that I bought at the store, and I'm going to put these peppers and onions in the air fryer and let them cook until they have a nice little char to them, like fajitas. Alright, while this cooks down for the next few minutes, we're going to go ahead and get started on mixing our meatloaf. I'm going to start with some lean ground beef, going in with a little bit of Italian pork sausage, and then of course 80-20 ground beef. A few eggs I'm going to throw in here. Of course the shell gets caught in there, you know, always something. Looks like our peppers and onions are done. I'm just going to let them sit and chill and cool off while I get everything put together here. Got a little bacon grease saved from this morning. We've got some Kinder's panko, smoked garlic, and then I'm going in with a little more olive oil, a good helping of pepper, some smoked paprika. Look at that. Garlic. Of course, we're going to go in with a nice helping there. Some salt for taste. I'm going to take off my wedding ring here because I don't want it to get all full of meat, mushed meat. And we're going to get this just pushed together and blended nicely. Alright, I'm going to go in with just a little bit more olive oil. And then I'll add in the rest of my white onion here and get this mixed up. So this is just kind of everything all in one. And I'm getting ready to split it up into some different pans, because again I'm making two here. I'm making a traditional loaf and I'm making a Mexican loaf. These are the pans I decided to use by Grill Mates. Super helpful, both in cooking on the grill as well as in the air fryer, my new air fryer. I highly recommend them. I'm going to put the link for these down in the bio or description, whichever one you call it, but it'll be there for you. Of course, I'm going in with mushrooms. I'm not even chopping these. They were pre-chopped by the store. I just kind of mash them up, you know, break them apart. They're pretty brittle. And so that one's going to be for the traditional meatloaf, and that one will get covered with some ketchup. And then we have some work to do on the other one here in just a minute. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and form up my, my meatloaf here, get it ready to be sauced, and then of course we'll get to mixing the other loaf here now. Isn't she pretty? Let's do one more. Alright, so on this Mexican loaf, I'm going to be adding my peppers and onions. If you remember, we threw these in the air fryer several minutes ago. They've been kind of chilling out. So we're going to get those added in to our bowl to get mixed in for the meatloaf. Should add a lot of great flavor here. Again, that was the smoked taco seasoning. Man, it smells incredible. And we're going to go in with a small can of green chilies. This is the old El Paso brand. I got this from Walmart. You could probably find it online as well if you do your shopping online. We'll get everything mixed up here and going to build our meatloaf, our second loaf here. And we're going to get everything out to the pit shortly. Fire should be perfect. I gotta say, guys, I'm ready to eat. Ooh-wee, that looks pretty. Check them out. I think I did pretty good. I gotta say, I'm excited. I even brought back the little twirly thing. Somebody commented on it, said they love how I use it. Ooh, that was almost a mistake. That sucker was going off the table. Let's get outside before I ruin this. All right, the coals are super hot. I'm gonna add a few wood chunks here in just a minute, but we're gonna get our meatloafs going. Shouldn't take too long, maybe an hour, hour and 20 minutes at the most. But yeah, let's get them positioned. We'll let them on there for a few minutes, and we'll check back. All right, so it's been about 10 minutes. I just kind of want to do a quick check, make sure nothing's burning the way we have it positioned. And if it is, we want to kind of correct it now, because once I close this again, we're not going to be looking for about another 45 minutes to an hour, and we should be done. So everything's looking good. Got a nice little boil starting there. All right, let's go. All right, like magic, we're about an hour and 10 minutes from closing it last time. We're looking good. The temperature is perfect. These babies are done. We're gonna go ahead and get these off and get inside for our taste test. Super excited. I probably could have done this a little bit better, to be honest, but next time. All right, everybody, our meatloaves are done, and yes, that's meatloaves. They look incredible. I'm very happy with how they look. The smell is definitely reminiscent of when I was a kid. I can't wait to try the traditional one, and I can't wait to try this Mexican loaf that I kind of just concocted of my favorite flavors in the Mexican culture and the food that I've eaten in the past. It's more of a mix between a taco and a fajita loaf. So let's give it a try. Let's see how it came out. So let's get into it. I've of course got me a plate here, so we can cut a piece of each. And I'm gonna start with the traditional, just because I'm used to that. That's what I've had in the past. So let's get a piece of this cut here. Perfectly cooked. It's meatloaf, so it's cooked all the way through. Look at that steam. Smells incredible. Looks incredible. It's beautiful. Wow. Perfect. That's Mom's meatloaf. I don't know if it's her recipe or not, and we didn't really have one, but it tastes just like I remember as a kid. That ketchup baked on there with the onions, bell peppers, some garlic. That onion in there, the garlic powder, the ketchup baked on top. It is, I mean, this is incredible. One of my favorite meals. Gotta say, the smoke on that is definitely coming through. It was only on the pit for about an hour, 20 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes, should I say, give or take. It's cooked all the way through. It's perfectly cooked, and there's definitely smoke that has gotten into the loaves. And I'm just gonna go in for another piece. I have to. I'm gonna give it a 10. Absolutely great. Everything in that is perfect. I would make it just like this. I'm gonna make it just like this again, especially on a smoker. That smoker, the smoke has added so much to this. I can't even begin to tell you, but I'm gonna tell you, you should try making smoked meatloaf. Yeah, just perfect. So, all right, this is the Mexican loaf. This one's more taco slash fajita style. But it's got the chili sauce baked on top. Yeah, it's a little more fall apart than the original style. I should have packed it a little bit more, but cooked perfectly. And it just smells incredible. Wow. The peppers, the onions, chilies, so much more heat in this. It's definitely bringing the smoke on this one as well. That sauce definitely grabbed it while it was in the pit. The meat has a good flavor to it from those chilies. All of the seasonings. The green chilies definitely bring it to this one. Wow. I would highly recommend a Mexican loaf like this. Absolutely perfect. I'm gonna write up the recipe for what I did here, and I'm gonna post it in the bio, so you'll know how to make it just like I did. You know, an hour and 20 minutes on the smoker. It was definitely perfect with that sauce on top because I'm getting a lot of that smoke flavor, getting a little bit of heat from those chilies, but not too much. And look, guys, I'm not a huge heat guy when it comes to food. I like a little bit of spice. I like a little bit of heat, but if it's gonna make me sweat or if it's gonna make me hurt in any way, I'm not interested. But those green chilies, that little can of green chilies I added, the bell peppers, onions, that little bit of chili sauce on top, smoked like that, absolutely perfect. That little bit of chili sauce on top, got a little bit of that smoke from the cook, absolutely incredible. It's great. Wow, this this fajita style meatloaf absolutely hit it out of the park, out of the ballpark. Wow, God, I love that. I get the spice from those chilies, the Cholula taco seasoning, the smoke, definitely added to the meat. It's a lot juicier than the traditional, but that's probably why it was a little more fall apart. Both still great. The original is going to be my favorite just because of nostalgia, but I love both of them. I think you should try to make meatloaf at home. Smoke it if you can. Do it in an air fryer. I added a little bit of smoked paprika on this one. I probably didn't even need it because I was smoking it in the smoker. But you know, all around, just a 10 on both. I would highly recommend adding those green chilies into your meatloaf recipe. I may even do it on the traditional next time, just because it adds so much more moisture into the meat. Okay, so this was a great cook. These loaves came out perfect. It's exactly what I was thinking when I wanted to do this. You know, smoking a meatloaf. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it out in the open or if I was going to do it in a pan like I did. I'm glad I did it in a pan. If you're going to do a smoked meatloaf, there's a lot of moisture coming off of this. You know, and I'll show you a photo of what's in here in the pan, but there's probably a 1/4 inch of juice from the meat and the fat and the sauce. breaking down. So it kind of cooked into that. And as I let it cool, it soaked back up into the loaf itself, making it just perfect the way it is. So I would highly recommend doing this. Experiment. The fajita loaf that I made today is just an experiment. I didn't get a recipe from anyone. I said, this is what I want to do. I thought about it and I went for it. And I'm glad I did. It's delicious. The rest that's here, my wife doesn't eat meatloaf, which is perfect for me because I get more. So I'll probably freeze the rest of what's here and, cut it into slices and have it for lunch over the next few weeks. So, all right, guys. So these loaves, I'm happy with how they came out. It's a 10 for me on both. I give it a 10. The flavor, the smoke, the time, super easy to cook. You can definitely do this. You don't even need to smoke it if you don't have a smoker or do it on a grill. You can do this in the oven, just like they've been doing for decades, and add some, smoked paprika or, the smoked taco seasoning. You can find those in the grocery store. I'm going to include a link down in the bio so you can get to those too. So guys, this was incredible. I'm glad I did it. I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you try to make this. I hope someone you know tries to make this. I'm glad I went for it. I've made traditional meatloaf in the past before. It's been great, but I've never done it on a smoker. So this was a first for me. Making a separate loaf here with the Mexican seasonings. It was just something I had thought of. I said, if I'm making one loaf, why not make 2 loaves? And let's make them different. And they couldn't have come out better. So I'm super happy. I hope you enjoy watching the video. I hope you enjoy this content. If you do, please like, subscribe, share. I welcome all input, and it helps me out. Any input helps me out, negative or positive. I prefer positive, because that only makes my content better, and I can get more of that out to you as soon as possible. So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep eating because even though I'm not super hungry, how can you not? So guys, thank you so much. I will see you on the next video. Peace. That's smoking.